got a Coronado, like vlog style right now.
This is kind of vlogging style.
It's on the San Diego that's overcast today. Yep, just got some beers, got some shrimp pasta. So now we're gonna go to Temecula. An hour, 15 minutes. That's a long drive. I just drove 3 hours to get here, but you must want to hang out with me pretty bad. Gonna hit the post, man. Flew into San Diego. We're gonna go meet up with VitalMx tomorrow morning at Paula to do the 2018 dirt bike shootout. So all the new models will be out there. She's on the phone, driving. Illegal. And we're gonna test out all the bikes. Do a media day, 2 test days. Paula, I think Milestone, and Zaca station, which is gonna be pretty epic. So, yep. Follow along all day long. Paula. Yeah, Paula. So it's Saturday morning. I flew down for the Vital Shootout, which is sick. It's one of my favorite things to do each year. Come down to California, get to ride all the new 2018s this year, 450s, and provide my feedback on what I think about the bikes and how they kind of stack up for me. So we got a few test riders out, and we're just kind of getting the morning started here. And right now they're just doing the bike shoot, so getting the photos of all the new bikes, and then we'll gear up and head out. I'm not sure. Husky's down.
Husky bent the bar mount.
And the lever.
Is this thing recording? How's that ginger life treating you, SoCal?
Oh, yeah, so flush.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 more after these 2. Yeah, Petty, Derek, where you guys at? Manny should be here watching bikes.
You guys are missing all the fun stuff. Just show up and ride.
Just show up and ride like factory guys. As you can see, truck and trailers are gone. They've got most of the bikes. I'm finished loading. This guy walks out last minute. Oh, here's a gear bag ready to get in, and he's complaining about coffee.
Dude, I'm gonna help you load this bike up.
The one you crashed.
Fell over on.
2 miles an hour. That's the most broken parts.
Oh gosh. Yeah, dude. I mean,
You're so kind. Sprinter band is needed.
6 in the morning. Day 2. Milestone. It's gonna be 110 degrees today. I just woke up, if you can't tell. So now I'm just helping out with this guy.
It's early.
Just got to Milestone, and everyone's just rolling in. So we got techs from each manufacturer here to help us out today, set up the bikes, make sure everything's going good, and helping us get to know the new 2018 models.
As you can see, we're in an office, specifically a good buddy of mine, Dr. Steve Navarro, takes care of Tomac, Marsha, Sanzarella, a bunch of good moto dudes, and typical with moto dudes, we all fall down. Dude holding this camera, there's a second, he can barely breathe at the moment, so he's being checked out. and I ate shit and my wrist barely works right now. So we're here to get figured out so we can still ride.
Went to Milestone, third lap in, it was still a little slippery on the track, and I tucked the front end and just went right off the track, cartwheeled, bike rolled over my shoulder, and I hit my sternum and my rib that was already slightly cracked again on the handlebars. So today we're gonna see if it's actually hurt or if I can maybe muscle through and ride Zaca tomorrow. So
there you go. All right, my man.
You want to see what a Dunlop?
Dunlop tire looks like. He's seen a few of those at Nationals.
I've had that happen to me. Oh, yep, that was a 732 right there.
So what was wrong with our boy there?
Of the 24 rims, I think 22 of them were out. There?
Oh yeah, that one came on quick.
Dancing?
Let's give it.
just went to Dr. Navarro. He's incredible. Popped everything back into place. Got me all set up. I feel way better. I can breathe again. And yeah, so I should be able to ride tomorrow.
Out of Geico Honda's race shop, stopped by to do a quick little errand for a buddy of mine, Kibby over there, the engine guy. So got to do a little walkthrough. For anybody who's never seen the inside of a race shop, you're gonna be a little spoiled. Just a quick peek at that. That is by far the largest and most advanced
And cleanest
race shop in pretty much the motocross industry. Zaca station.
Just made it, like 4-hour drive, and now we get to chill, rehab a little bit, drink some water before motos.
Are you riding?
I think I'm riding. Right now, I'm telling Michael I'm riding, but we'll see.
We're here at the gate for Zaca station today for our last day of testing. Dude behind the camera is riding, which is good. After he fell down, I fell down, I'm still riding. We're making it through this somehow, some way.
Tell us a little bit about, like, you know, well, how long you've been doing the shootouts with Vital, and then just kind of get into a little bit of what you look for in the riders and what you kind of want the outcome to look like with the days we put in here riding the bikes.
So I started at Vital 4 years ago, and they had never did a shootout. That was one of the first things I wanted to do. I'm fairly younger, but I know a lot of the guys in the industry, especially with the manufacturer reps, so I talked to them all early. They were we did a 450 the first year. Next year we did 250 and 450, so this is the 4th time we've done a 450 shootout. A couple years of testing with Enzo and KYBs and guys like that. It was kind of funny how I looked at the difference between professional test rider, like actual pros, how their feedback comes across versus, of course, your general Joe Blow. For the most part, yeah, I wanted more average guys. I picked a lot of friends or acquaintances I knew that were, I want to say, unbiased in the way that they're guys that spent their own money on their bikes. They bought different bikes all the time. Group, let's see, like last year's shootout, 3 or 4 of the guys, when they were done, went and bought new bikes based off the results of what they thought that day. So I think that speaks for itself that the guys actually, you know, really give everything a fair shot, and they actually really consider what I give as my final option. Like, hey, at the end of the day, I want to know, with what we have with these bikes stock, at the end of the test, if I had to challenge you to take one of these bikes and go race it the next night as is, or you were going to go buy it as is off the dealership floor the next day and ride it for however many months in that condition, which one would you pick? And people ask me all the time, like, oh, why don't you guys do suspension or bars or this or that? And I mean, that's the idea of any test of manufacturer stock equipment. I know there's a lot of us, especially out here on the West Coast, Southern California area, that really trick out our bikes, but I also know a ton of people that realistically do ride their bikes in basically stock condition all year. There are a lot of people that can't afford to keep doing things to the bike, so it's in best interest to show what the equipment is capable of in stock trim, and with the tools that the manufacturers give you, you know, the adjustments on the suspension, the electronics, the stuff you can do as the bike's provided. We want to basically relay that information to the public. And then beyond that, I know that, you know, no matter what, whoever we pick as the winner isn't always going to be the bike somebody's going out and buy. So our last thing we did is I tried to find guys that can give feedback well enough to write up articles. So a big thing with our test is always having the broken down section that everybody has their own voice. I didn't want our shootout to be what I consider, and this is nothing against any other media outlet, I call it the difference between like the singular and the we. You'll see like some magazines write that we thought this, we thought that. All I've run into really simply in our shootout is there's a group of us that all agree on an opinion on a bike, and then we disagree really heavily on stuff sometimes. And I like to have that at the end where everybody gets their own section, gets to talk about it. Because the way I look at it is if you're a consumer and you're looking at, okay, let's say, you know, a KTM or a Husky win, but you're not that kind of guy. You're looking in between the Honda and the Yamaha. You can go read all of our individual thoughts. No matter where we place those two bikes, you can sit down and listen to how we break down a bike and kind of get from that, all those riders' feedback, what the bike does, if it matches the characteristics you like or dislike. And the other thing where we agree or disagree, you might find a dude in there that, let's say you've ridden a Cowie and their comments on the Cowie match yours. It's like, cool, well, this guy, his riding style, what he thinks matches a lot what I think, so I'm going to really read his section on the Honda or the Yamaha I'm interested in buying. The idea is just opening up all those opinions so people have as much information as possible when they go to make a decision at the end of the year.
So what about the behind the scenes stuff? So tell me a little bit about what it's like in your shoes to organize the riders, get them on the bikes, and where and how you pick the tracks and locations we go to, and how you keep everything together with the riders, and what's difficult, what's easy, what's fun, what's annoying.
So first thing, everybody thinks shootout. I have a lot of people that actually beg me to be in them every year, and of course everybody thinks new gear, new bikes, I just get to ride all day. That's the cool part, right? That is by far the cool part. The bad part, at least on my end, is everything that comes with it. I think today at Zaca is one of the smaller groups. We have like 20 people out here. The first day of the show, we had over 30 between guys from Pro, all the manufacturer reps, everybody we need to ride all the bikes. The other thing is I got to go through all the gears. Being a media outlet, I do, you know, we got advertisers. I got to make sure, you know, a lot of them are taken care of, so I have to break down gear orders based off, you know, some of our guys in the shoots do have affiliations to brands where they have friends there, so I try to get them in brands that they want to be in, plus help out on my end that people advertise with my site. We try to just make everything color coordinated and look good, so I go through a ton of ordering on everybody's, you know, I spent a couple days just trying to figure out what everybody's going to be on for photos and videos. I got to get photographers and videographers on different days, try to figure out the schedule we do there. We usually spend one day dedicated to that, so we don't waste time like being pulled aside for corners and stuff on testing, because I want everything's really scheduled on our test day.
I think we do about 30 minute session on each bike. About 20 minutes of that is riding, and then we sit down, we take notes, feedback, write it down so that we can remember what to put in the article. So we're trying to give you guys a genuine perspective of what an everyday rider like myself thinks of each bike in completely stock form. So if we had to take the bike off the showroom floor and race it tomorrow, which bike we would choose. So that's kind of the angle we take when we're riding on them and trying to compare them back to back in completely stock form. So it's gonna be fun. The track is absolutely gorgeous. If you can see, it's all super deep cut. The guy Ed here that runs the track does an awesome job. Never been here and been disappointed, so I'm looking forward to today. My ribs are sore, but I think I'll be cherry. I'm gonna take it easy and work into it today. So.
I guess Jody had some kind of celebrity race in the mall parking lot.
My name's Jason Brennan.
And what do you do over here at Honda?
I'm a corporate service technician at American Honda.
Sick. So how long have you been doing the shootouts with Vital?
This will be going on my third year. Shootouts with Vital.
And what's kind of your favorite thing about these weekends, even though they're long and hot?
My favorite part is trying to help the testers find that magic setting when they come off the track. They just think the bike's awesome.
Nice. You find it a lot of the riders know what they're looking for, or sometimes you have to kind of make that discernment in terms of what adjustments need to be made?
Yeah, some of the newer testers definitely have a hard time trying to interpret what they're feeling on the bike.
but I guess that's where a little bit of experience comes into play on my side.
Nice. And what do you do outside of the test days? What's your day-to-day operations look like?
Everything that comes to the shop, anything from dirt bike, sport bike, ATV, side-by-side, cruiser, touring, service, maintenance, crash repair, all of it.
Nice, man. Cool. we just finished riding today. I rode 7 bikes actually. One of them twice just to get a good comparison on the track as it roughened up. Hands toasted. I'm freaking done. So good day, and I hope you guys enjoyed kind of what it's like to do test riding for a weekend. Alright, see ya.